What's up, y'all? It's Kamikaze MMA coming back for another video. Today we're gonna be predicting the Rose Namajunas versus Amanda Ribas. Alright, let's just start off. We gotta start off where it starts with the heavyweights. Why are they opening the card? We got two people right after them making their debuts. Why are they opening the card? We got Montserrat Rendon, who's had one fight, fighting a girl who's making their debut. We got Stephen Gwen, who I'm pretty confident is making his debut after winning in the Contender Series. Yep, making his debut after winning in the Contender Series versus Jarno Aarons. Why is this opening the card? Unless it's like to have a exciting fight as the main card, or as the first fight. I get that. Just a weird. The UFC sets up its card weirdly when it says that it's supposed to be set up by rank or whatever. But anyways, let's move on. Did a lot of research for this card. Pretty confident, obviously making the picks days beforehand. Haven't done that yet. So, obviously I have, but not recently. Been super busy, but had the time to research for this video. Super excited. Muhammad Usman versus Mick Parkin. Now, everyone's picking Muhammad Usman. Don't bet on this fight. Whatever you do, do not bet on this fight. You are going to lose money. Okay? It's an NPC versus a non-NPC that's just not talented. So, Muhammad Usman's athletic, but he's not good. He's not good at mixed martial arts. But I think he's going to find a 3-round decision, or he's going to clip Mick. I think he's going to be able to take him down. I could see Mick getting a knockout easily. I would not bet on this fight. But I'm more confident for Muhammad to get the decision. So I'm going to go Muhammad Usman by decision. Maybe clipping Mick Parkin. I think it would be a mistake for Muhammad to stand with him, though. Which I don't think he will, since, he didn't really do anything with Junior or Jake too much. And Mick Parkin's similar to those two, in my opinion. So yeah, I think Muhammad Usman's going to get the decision here. I think it would be bad for him to stand with Mick Parkin. I think he could clip Mick, KO him, but just think it's a bad idea. If Mick Parkin could defend the takedowns, I still would see Muhammad catching him before, but I could see Mick getting the decision there or KOing Usman, but it's a heavyweight fight. It's hard. Flyweights, women's, and heavyweights are hard to predict. They're just hard. Everyone's around the same skill level unless you're, a champion. So yeah, Muhammad Usman 3-round decision, I think. I think that's the way this fight goes. Moving up to Igor Da Silva versus Andre Lima. Now it was hard to find any footage of Andre Lima, it wasn't too difficult to find any of Igor Da Silva, but Andre Lima's 25. I think he's just gonna be a little better everywhere. The other dude's 20, making his debut at 20, pretty good. I do see Lima getting this one done. Obviously, I've never seen either of these two fight live or heard about them before this, so it's a little hard to say necessarily, but I think it just depends if it stays on the feet or not. I think Igor Da Silva being 20 years old, I think it just is a thing to his grappling, maybe. I could be wrong, but I think if this fight goes to the ground, it could be a submission for Igor Da Silva. And I think if it stays standing, I think that Lima's going to find the KO or find the TKO. I don't think it's going to be a KO, but find the TKO or get that decision based on striking. I think the grappling's going to be pretty even, but if it stays on the ground, I think Igor has a better chance to find the submission. So yeah, once again, I wouldn't bet on this fight either. For these first 3 fights, I would not bet on. But yeah, moving up to Montserrat Rendon versus Darius Slink. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce that name. Kova, something Kova. So for some reason, Tapology has this girl ranked number 3 in Europe, in Western Europe. She's the number third. She's the third ranked fighter of European Western women, pound for pound. And she's making her debut. So that's a little weird, in my opinion. Um, I, I personally think Montserrat will probably get it done. I saw her last fight and she didn't look bad at all. She looked pretty good. I just think I think the striking is gonna be really, really different. I think Daria's striking is gonna be look a lot better. But I think that Rendon's the more. She's just the more like full fighter. I could be wrong though. I haven't seen Daria fight much, but I think Montserrat Rendon's just a decision merchant, just able to get any decision she wants. Maybe she'll become champ by getting all decisions. I don't know. Hoping Montserrat gets KO'd though. Daria Shinlizinkova. I hope she wins. She looks like she could be entertaining. She's the third ranked fighter out of 300 women in Western Europe, which is crazy. But moving up to the featherweight fight between Jarno Aarons and Stephen Gwynn. Now, I see most people going Stephen Gwynn, not even batting an eye, which is kind of what I'm doing. But I think we still need to go over the knee KO because that was a terrible knee KO. And I know he came back and won on the Contender Series after that. That was a terrible knee KO. That was bad. Like, very, very bad. Jarno Aarons isn't good. But, do we know if we could trust Stephen Gwynn's chin right now? He looked good in both of his fights, but that knee was really good too, though. I'm still gonna pick Stephen Gwynn, but this is a fight that I wouldn't say you should bet on, but you could definitely. I would go with Stephen for this fight, but yeah, moving up the card, Miles Johns versus Cody Gibson. Miles Johns easily. Cody Gibson should not be in the UFC. Don't know who are the 20 people he's beat. I feel terrible for those 20 people. That is crazy. Cody Gibson is terrible. Who's the other dude that even won? Brad Katona. Terrible. That season of The Ultimate Fighter had literal UFC rejects. Like, these people don't belong in the UFC. They've proven that. Even though I might pick Kurt Holloway versus Trey Ogden. I don't see the same dog I see in Cody Gibson that I see in Kurt, and I just don't think Cody's got it. No matter who he's fighting in the UFC, I think he's gonna lose. I don't think he's gonna win a fight in the UFC for the rest of his career, which is unfortunate, but whatever. Moving up the card, Ricardo Ramos versus Julian Erosa. I feel like this fight's pretty obvious. If you're 6'1" at featherweight, you're getting KO'd every fight. Ricardo Ramos is KOing Julian Erosa. If you're 6'1" at featherweight, you're getting KO'd. Please go up to lightweight if you're 6'1". Okay, Julian Erosa? Terrible. He's getting KO'd. He has a 2.5 inch more reach than Ricardo Ramos, who's 4 inches smaller than him. Yeah, Ricardo Ramos is getting the KO. Flatline KO. Bad KO. Straight retirement KO. Moving up, Kurt Holloway versus Trey Ogden. Now, this fight is probably my most confident prediction because I'm going to make two. So, Kurt Holloway's either going to get the finish surprisingly. Like, he's either gonna find a submission, find a KO, get a nice flashy finish, something like that, or Trey Ogden's gonna just, you know, steal a decision, like rob a decision. Not that he doesn't win clearly. It's just not gonna be a fun fight. He's just gonna do nothing to win, but he's gonna make sure Kurt can't do anything to win. So that's my opinion on this fight. Moving up the card to Fernando Padilla versus Luis Pageo. Now this is a hard fight to predict too, in my opinion, just because this Luis guy is making his debut, and Fernando is pretty like, he's not bad. I mean, he lost to Kyle Nelson, but KO Julian Erosa, like I'm saying. Like, if you're 6'1" at featherweight, you're getting KO'd every time. Even though I think, yeah, Padilla's 6'1". But Luis Pageo has a 69.5-inch reach versus a 76-inch reach. I'm going Fernando Padilla by decision, poking him with a jab for 3 rounds. Kind of like a Zellhuber performance, just walking around the octagon, poke, 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 poke. Obviously not the better fighter. Maybe not obviously, but I don't think he's going to look like necessarily the better fighter. He's just going to have a long jab and poke him for 3 rounds. Not a fun fight to watch, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to be too great, but whatever. Moving up the card to featherweight, Billy Quarantillo versus Yusuf Zalal. Now, this is the fight that I have a lot of trouble predicting right here, because Yusuf Zalal has been in the UFC since 2020, which is kind of crazy, because I don't know who he is, but he went on a 3-fight win streak, all decisions, versus Austin Lingo, Jordan Griffin, and Peter Barrett. And then he faced Ilia Topuria, lost to a decision, which is pretty impressive, Sean Woodson beat him by decision. Choi Sung-woo beat him by decision. Not as impressive. Looks much worse. Especially losing to Sean Woodson after. But went to a draw with Damon Blackshear. Now this is why I'm picking him. Okay? I think Damon Blackshear is very underrated. I think he beat Mario Batista. I think he should be ranked in the top 10 of bantamweight. And yeah, I think Yusuf Zalal is gonna just be better at most places here. He might get KO'd, but he's gone to a decision every fight, even against Ilia Topuria. Now, I don't believe that Billy Quarantillo has the power to KO, or like the skills really to KO Yusuf Zalal if Ilia didn't, but Ilia fought him like 3 or 4 years ago, so. But I'm still going to go Yusuf Zalal by decision. I think this might be the start of his second run. Maybe Billy Quarantillo's might need to retire soon after this fight too. Getting up there, he's 35. Could fight for probably 2 more years. Got 2 more years in him. Now moving on to my favorite fight that we've had probably in the past like 3 weeks, honestly. Okay, 299. So, okay, at least out of these 3, honestly, these 4 cards, this is probably my favorite fight that we're gonna get. Like out of, never mind. We get Trevor Peek. We get some Trevor Peek action. Yeah, I'm still okay, but I still am more excited than for the Peyton Talbot versus Cameron Simon card or fight. Out of all these UFC Fight Nights, why is this not the co-main? Who is Carl Williams? Why is Carl Williams the co-main? Okay? I think Lucas Tracy picked Carl Williams, bro. What are you doing? He beat Chase Sherman by decision. He's getting KO'd. Lucas Tracy, he's getting KO'd. Clip this. Put it on your wall with your blob. Your little blob obsessed little boy. Carl Williams is getting KO'd, okay? I'm just going to predict that fight right now. It's a round 1 KO. Who is Carl Williams? Who is he? Like, why are you picking Carl Williams? I get Justin Tafa hasn't beat anyone either, but why are you picking Carl Williams? I feel like that's an uneducated pick, in my opinion. Obviously, Justin Tafa lost to Jared Vanderas, so what am I to say? But that was 3 years ago, so let's move on. Sorry, let's go back to Cameron Saaiman versus Peyton Talbot. Sorry, I don't want to pick someone for this fight. I really don't know who's gonna win. See, this is the thing. This is my thought process right behind this. I think Peyton Talbot's more confident. I think he's going to be able to outstrike Cameron Saaiman. I think Cameron Saimon's boxing is better, though. And I think Cameron Saimon's grappling is better. I think they're close on the grappling. They're close in the striking. But I think Peyton Talbot's confidence in his striking and his kicks met with Cameron Saimon's entries. Like, he kicks to enter. Peyton Talbot mixes his kicks well with his striking. Cameron Saaiman usually just either kicks or boxes, I feel. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just clouded. I don't know. He lost to Christian Rodriguez too, which isn't a bad look. I think Cameron Saaiman would have a better fight against Isaac Dolgarian, to be honest. I think Christian Rodriguez is just a weird matchup if you're a grappler. I think Peyton Talbot would KO Christian Rodriguez in the second round. But that's a stylistic matchup. If Cameron Saaiman can hold Peyton Talbot down for 2 rounds and doesn't fully gas out in the third, I think he can get the decision. But I don't know if I can trust his gas tank as much after the Christian Rodriguez fight, and that's why this fight's so hard to predict, you know? It's because Nick Aguirre got Peyton Talbot down for a round or 2, but he broke in the third. I don't think Cameron's breaking in the third, and I think Cameron's a much better grappler than Nick Aguirre, but I do think Peyton's good. I do think he's good. But he's not proven, you know. Cameron Saimon's at least somewhat proven. Not even really, like, somewhat proven. He's just... I've at least seen him fight more people, you know. I've seen him, like, you know, go in there and have a hard fight, tough fight. But he didn't give up on himself. And I thought he could have... He had an argument for the Christian Rodriguez fight. And I do think I said that because I am a fan of him and because I bet on him. So, a little biased of an opinion. But I do think he had an argument. There's an argument there. Maybe not a great one, but there is an argument that he beat Christian Rodriguez. Isaac Dolgarian definitely beat Christian Rodriguez. I might bring this up for the rest of the year. Worst robbery of all time. Still so mad about it. I was going to pick Peyton Talbot. I think I might pick Cameron Saaiman. Just thinking about it more, talking about it more. I think I might pick Cameron Saaiman. Peyton Talbot's cardio looked so good, though. It really did. Such a toss-up, bro. It's such a toss-up. I'm going to just make 2 predictions. Cameron Saimon's going to win if he can hold him down for 2 rounds or 3 rounds or submit him, which I don't think is going to happen, but I think he might be able to hold him down for 2 rounds and get that decision. Peyton Talbot's going to win if he doesn't get held down. I don't think he's going to be able to find a submission on Cameron Saaiman. I don't think he's going to be able to, like, wrestle too much with Cameron Saaiman. I think he's going to try to scramble out and get out of Cameron Saimon's control. But if he tries to play the wrestling game, if he tries to play jiu-jitsu, he's going to get exposed there. But if he stays striking, I think he's winning. I think he's just a little more confident on the feet. He's a little, he's not necessarily better on the feet, but he's a little more confident, a little more composed, I'd say. Cameron Simon kind of throws with his hands super, super low, and he's not as defensively responsible as Peyton Talbot. So yeah, if it I'd say it's a striker versus a grappler matchup. Even though Peyton Talbot got a submission in his last fight versus a grappler, I'd say it's a grappler versus a striker matchup. If the fight stays standing, Peyton wins. If the fight goes to the ground for more than one round, Cameron wins. That's just how I see it. Hard fight to predict. I'm probably not going to be. I might make two parlays, one with Cameron, one with Peyton, but I don't know. It's a hard fight. Moving up, Edmund Shabazian versus AJ Dobson. Now, what are these two? The feature fight and the co-main. What are these, bro? What are these? Why is Peyton Talbot and Cameron Simon not? I'm way more interested in these people than Justin Tafa, Edmund Shabazian, AJ Dobson, and Carl Williams. But whatever. Edmund Shabazian will most likely beat AJ Dobson. I don't think either are too good. How is Edmund Shabazian 26? I thought this dude was like 34. What? Edmund Shabazian's 26? That's crazy. That's actually insane. Now, you lose to Anthony Hernandez. That's a great loss. Yeah, I'm going Edmund Shabazian. He's 26 years old, which I just, for some reason, did not know. He's winning this fight. AJ Dobson is getting a loss. I don't know how it's going to be done at all, but I think Edmund's going to get it done. He could get clipped, but I think he's going to get it. I really do think that Anthony Hernandez, I wanted to say Adrian for some reason, that Anthony Hernandez is a future champ. Straight up. So that's not a bad loss to have. Edmund Shabazian is going to find the decision win here, I think. They might clip each other, I don't know, but I don't really see a submission happening too much, and I think it's going to be a decision. I think most of these fights are going to be a decision. Especially on this main card. Justin Tafa's KO and Carl Williams in the first round. Lucas Tracy, I'm willing to put $100 down. Terrible prediction for Carl Williams. What, bro? Because he's strong. He's a strong man. Yeah, Justin Tafa can get taken down, but bro, Carl Williams, come on. Nah, he's getting KO'd. Let's move up. Amanda Ribas versus Rose Namajunas. I was Rose 100% all throughout this. Rose is older than Amanda Ribas. What? That's so weird to me. I thought Rose was like 28. She's 31. Amanda Ribas is 30. And Amanda Ribas has a longer reach. Now, if you're a Volkanovski fan, being a shorter fighter with a longer reach gives you a big advantage, you know? I think Amanda Ribas is going to find it. I think she's going to find a finish again. I think Rose is going to be a little more technical, a little better on the feet, a little better in the grappling. But I think Amanda Ribas is going to find a way to get it done. Now, I know that might be just coming off her last performance, because that was such an exciting fight. That was one of my favorite fights I've seen like in a while. I was on a road trip. I was in my car watching that with my family, and I was just like, what? What? How did she do that? But Rose is the better fighter, 100%. I'm not doubting that. Now, Rose could definitely win a decision. I think that's the way Rose wins this fight, though, is decision. You know, decisions haven't been going her way lately, so. I don't know. I just really think Amanda Ribas has got this fight. I'm pretty sure she's a big underdog. I could be wrong, but I think Amanda Ribas has got it. Now I'm gonna say this again. I think Rose is the better fighter, and I think that if this fight goes to decision, Rose should win the fight, but I don't know why. I'm just seeing Amanda find a finish again. I think something awoke in her that last fight, and she's just gonna go on a run, go on a tear. You know? Um, Rose is gonna look much faster, I think, and just beat her for at least a round, at least two, or maybe 2 rounds, maybe three, honestly, until the end of that third. I just think Amanda Ribas is gonna find something. Maybe she looks better than ever, and she gets a decision. She looks faster than Rose. She's a better grappler. I don't really see that necessarily. I just see her finding a finish, whether it be submission or a KO. I could see either, honestly. Um, but yeah, that's my main card predictions, or that's my full card predictions. Lock of this card, maybe Justin Tafa. Um, which now that I said that, now I feel like I just cursed myself into Carl Williams winning. But I'd say the only lock of the card is Justin Tafa, if there is one. I think all of these other fights are super close. Yusuf Zalal might be another lock. Super close, though. He's on a 2-fight, 3-fight losing streak with a draw. No, Ricardo Ramos. Ricardo Ramos is the lock of the card. He's KOing Julian Erosa easily. Lock of the card. Ricardo Ramos. I'd put $50 on Ricardo Ramos to win this fight. Julian Erosa is getting KO'd. I hate to say this, but he's the Damon Jackson of featherweight, in my opinion. Which I think Damon Jackson's fighting on this card. Okay, thank God. They moved the Morgan Cherry and Shepe Mariscal fight down. So they're not the co-main event of this fight. I don't know if y'all saw that, but they were like the co-main of this fight for so long. I guess this fight doesn't have a co-main yet. The Curtis Allen fight. But yeah, y'all. Y'all have a great week. Also, with the Conor McGregor stuff, just wanted to talk about it for a second. If he comes back, he comes back. If he doesn't, he doesn't. He's definitely going to fight again. Maybe not in the UFC. I could see him doing some WWE stuff after Roadhouse. Roadhouse was a great movie, by the way. I don't know if it's out yet. I got like an early premiere. I saw it last Wednesday, and it was funny. He was funny in it. He wasn't the main character like I thought he would be, though. Yeah, it's been out for a while. Never mind. Never mind. Just forget what I was saying. All right. Well, anyways, it was a good fight. So yeah, y'all have a great rest of the week. Let's enjoy this card. Hopefully, I'm wrong about some of these decisions, because I want this to be an entertaining card. But honestly, the only people I really see being able to finish it is Muhammad Usman, Andre Lima, kind of Igor Da Silva, the Daria girl versus the Montserrat. I think Daria has a chance. I think Stephen Gwynn has a chance, but I also think Jarno does. Miles Johns is probably going to finish Cody. Ricardo Ramos is definitely going to finish Julian. I think this preliminary card is going to be very exciting. The main card, however, but besides the Peyton Talbot Cameron Simon fight, just because it's going to be so high pace, because that's what Cameron Simon does. It's what most bantamweights do. Yeah, I think the Fernando Padilla fight, even though he's not as pitter-pat as Zellhuber, I just think it would be stupid for him to not be pitter-pat in this fight. He's got, 7.5-inch reach advantage, 6.5-inch reach advantage. I think it would just be stupid not to be a pitter-pat for that fight. Billy Quarantillo versus Yusuf Zalal. Neither are too exciting, in my opinion. Probably going to be a decision for that one. And then the Edmund Shabazi and AJ Dobson fight. I could see them clipping each other, but I think they're gonna play safe, Justin Tafa's KO and Carl Williams, so at least we get one KO for sure on this card. Gosh. you know. And then Amanda Ribas, I think, can find the finish too. But I really don't think the Payne Talbot Cameron Simon card is going to get a finish, just because I think they're both so good. And I think they're going to be looking for the finish, to be honest. They're both going to be looking for it, but I just think they're both too good. They're both going to be safe enough. But yeah, y'all have a great week. I'm glad I could post this prediction a little early. But yeah, super in depth. Did a lot of research for this card. Feeling super confident on my picks, even though this might be one of the hardest cards to predict ever. But yeah, y'all have a great week. Peace out.